All right, seventh inning stretch. Here we go. Playoff race is on the line. Who's collapsing? The Tigers. Wake up! What are we doing over there? We'll get into Judge and Raleigh again. MVP talk. We'll hit all of that. All right, here we go. Seventh inning stretch. Tyler's going to be joining me on the other side. Here we go. All right, here we go. Tyler McGurk joining me here on the seventh inning stretch, Variety Sports Network. Last week of the regular season, Tyler, we're at the Wednesday mark. I got a few more games to go. We got Judge and Cal hitting bombs going back and forth today. We'll get into that a little bit later. We got teams that are just, do you want to make the playoffs? Do you actually want to make the playoffs? It's part of the game. I want to also get into, we got a new strike zone possibly coming. How does that affect a few players in the league? We'll give a little love to some guys calling it quits. And then some crazy stats that have been on the year this year as well. Tyler McGurk, man, the Guardians were down 15 games in July. And now after beating the Tigers 5 straight times, they have a game lead. I believe it's Steven votes are literally, I mean, this is as good a steal. I mean, this is a steal. Like, remember the A's, they had that little run late, but 15 and a half come July. Wow. And they look dead. They lost the closer to gambling. I don't know what the hell happened. Yeah, but go ahead.
Yeah, it's been a crazy 2 months for the Cleveland Guardians. Jose Ramirez is special. The Tigers are just falling apart. I randomly work with these two Tiger fans. Well, they're Detroit natives, Detroit fans out here in Northern California randomly, and they are falling apart at work. Every day they're like, I don't know what the heck is going on. Fire the coach, fire the manager. They just can't win a game. It's been fun.
I mean, what do I have it right at their I mean, right now the Guardians, like I said, they hold a lead. But if you just look at the way the Guardians have played, they won like 10 straight at some point. About a week ago, they're 9-1 in their last 10 games. Add that on, they're another like 7. I mean, you can't ask for a better finish to the season than what the Guardians are getting right now. So I think about the Tigers. I think of the Astros. Maybe definitely not to the same choke level as the Tigers, but still kind of felt like they were comfortable there. And they've really fallen off now to the Mariners. Look like they're going to clinch it tonight, possibly. Then we've talked about the Mets quite a bit along the way. But what do you think about the Astros and the Mets there combined? You were on with me last week when I talked a little Mets.
The Mets are a mess. I mean, they blew the lead to the Giants. The Giants fell out of it. Then the Reds are trying to fight. Did they end up winning tonight? I saw it was 3-3 in the bottom of their top.
Whoa. Bro, this is why me and you do podcasts together. Actually, the Reds ended up losing. Here's the final out from that game with the Reds. They had the runner bases loaded, Tyler. 3-1 count, 2 outs. Marte up.
Ramirez has already walked 2.
Is that Doug?
Top to third. It's the bag. The Reds leave them loaded.
Not a good finish there if you're a Reds fan. So that answers your question about the Reds there, Tyler.
Tough loss for the Reds. They're still a gamer so bad.
Because the Mets are getting spanked tonight, 10-2
they're
right now.
Smoked. The Cubs are great tonight. I don't know if it's too early, but that Pittsburgh Reds game.
Yeah.
Why team's only throwing 85 pitches when he has is the Cy Young that wrapped up and he's like 85 pitches? My team blows. There's nothing else to play for in Pittsburgh except for my Cy Young, but we're only throwing you 85 pitches.
The Cy Young
is a shot at the end of the game.
The Cy Young to me is definitely wrapped up.
I mean, it's been a bad NL year. I remember someone was telling me Logan Webb was in it 2 weeks ago when the Giants were getting hot. I was like, it must be a bad year if you're telling me Logan Webb has any sort of chance. This is probably his worst year of 5 years.
Oh, he's got no. I mean, he's in the top. He might be in the top 5-10, rankings, but it doesn't
like
make.
2 weeks ago, they're like, oh, if he pitches well against the Dodgers, and that don't remember who the game was before that. We stunk it up against.
Yeah.
Right? He could get back in this thing.
He could do it. Yeah, I mean, that's just always the overhyped part of it. And then the other team I didn't mention on there too, and I would say this counts as choking a little bit, even though it's a totally different situation because their division is pushing them so much. But the Blue Jays lost 6 out of 7 here. This is not the time to do it. And now they're tied with the Yankees right now. And the Yankees play the Orioles at home, and the Rays play the Blue Jays. So those are what you're looking like to finish the division there. So I don't know. What do you make of the Blue Jays as well here?
I mean, as far as the Blue Jays go,
I was so confident in them, Tyler. God, so confident.
I don't know. Their pitching's too bad. Like, to be super their lineup is hit or miss. They're dangerous when they're hot. That's for sure. I don't think it's as big a deal or has made such noise because they're still going to make the playoffs. They're going to be in that wild card round. Like, some people just don't realize how big of an advantage. Well, not even an advantage because it hasn't really proven that way. But you want that first round bye.
No, I hear you on that. It'd be interesting what I think it's a bigger deal, the Blue Jays. I mean, yeah, you had teams pressuring you. They had their chances, and now you're right there where you might have to play a wild card game where it look like you might be hosting a game in the playoffs, or you probably will be. You will be hosting a game because of the Central there. I don't know. I think it's Logan never believed in them, and I always was a defender of them. I felt like their offense.
Yeah, I would agree on that one.
And I don't hate their pitching. I don't love it to the all-time level either, but I definitely don't hate it. So I don't know. I think the Blue Jays there is a big one. Real quick, who
would you like in that series if the Blue Jays do blow it to the Yankees? Blue Jays, Boston. Who would you pick the Blue Jays in that series, or are they just too bad? Or Crochet starting game 1 gives you confidence. I don't know. I wouldn't want to play Boston. I've said this for months. I believe they're scary.
Yeah.
If you're the worst division winner, I don't know who that is off the top of my head. I could look it up real quick. It would be Cleveland. Would Cleveland rather play
an unnecessary comment here?
Cleveland or Houston? Or not Cleveland. Cleveland would rather play Detroit or Houston. Probably Detroit after all the domination they've had, right?
I would, Detroit. Yeah. I would always want to play Cleveland in that group.
Really?
Yeah, I mean,
I don't. They have the best baseball. All around baseball player, maybe in the league at this point. Like Shohei's special because he's the best. But the way he runs the bases and Jose Ramirez is so. I don't know.
What's he having, like a 30-30-30 season this year?
He leads his team in everything except for hits.
I mean, you would. I mean, I don't. I would still take the Blue Jays.
Take Cleveland out of it. Who would you rather play, Detroit or Houston? Like, they're the ones vying for that third wild card spot.
I think I would definitely rather play Detroit. I feel like they were.
Scooble come back?
Yeah, he hit Fry in the face last night, and he's out. Fry's out 6 to 8 weeks. Yeah, Scooble. He pitched last night and they lost 5-1. So they weren't necessarily. He got the first run too of the game. So I don't know, or maybe so I don't know. I just think that the Tigers out of that group would be a little bit more. The Astros, though, it's kind of a weird one. Do you consider what they did at choke, or the Mariners just putting pressure on them?
I'm not going to say that because at choke you can't end up blowing the league by 5 games. That means there was plenty of time, unless you played 0-20 ball, which they didn't do. Yeah, I think the Astros have just been special the last half of the season.
Yeah,
more so than Houston choking.
Yeah, no, there is that part. It's kind of, I don't know. I just think that I don't know. I just think that the Astros, the part that's been disappointing with them is how bad. Ever since that Valdez thing with the catcher, they just haven't played. And remember people were like, it's not a big deal. That to me was a game-changing event for a team, and they didn't respond well. And Alvarez goes down again, their leader, their best hitter, and you're losing a little bit more punch there. I think the Astros. Brian said this funnily on our Fat Boy show. He was trying to say it about the Chiefs. He's like, well, I want them to have finally a bad year so they can suffer. They can. I don't think they'll respond very well. It'd be interesting how the Astros respond if they weren't to make the playoffs this year, next year. It'd be interesting. Is the dynasty?
Didn't the Astros have a year like this a couple of years ago where they ended up making the World, or maybe the ALCS, and then they got
they did.
But they did have a year where they were barely in the wild card. They won a playoff series. I think they lost that ALCS to the Yankees.
Yep.
Whoops. But I don't know. Championship like spirit, as corny as it sounds, like in how much the roster has changed.
Yeah.
The Astros are still a dangerous uniform to play in the playoffs. Like where Tigers haven't accomplished anything is kind of how I look at it.
Oh, the Tigers, and that's the issue the Tigers are going to have there, right? Is that they don't have any, they have no experience whatsoever. It is kind of cool to see Torkelson possibly winning it, though.
Winning it seems like a long shot.
No, maybe not. It seems like it's been good to see him play a little bit better though too. At the same time,
I agree.
Yeah, but the Tigers, man, Tigers and Mets, what a mess.
Who's worse?
Well, the Mets, I feel. Do you feel like we kind of underrated? We just kind of said, okay, they got the hitting. We knew the pitching was going to be an issue. Like we knew at some point it was, but then they trade for. I brought it up last week, a couple weeks ago, Mullins and Hesley, and me and you. Even though we had I would say a good year last year, but it wasn't like some star-studded year. We've always questioned Manaea, and so then Senga was hurt basically the whole year, and he wasn't quality. I mean, they got nothing out of their pitching just wasn't able to hold up over the long haul. And even though Soto's having an amazing year in terms of like these other, maybe the average isn't amazing, but still solid home run year, stealing bases, did everything I think he could have done. I don't know. The Mets are going to me go down as the biggest disappointment if they can't make the playoffs here. I would say out of all those teams we've mentioned.
Nah. Over the Tigers? The Mets. Yeah, I guess it's the Mets with all the money they've spent. Their pitching's been so bad. Outside of Edwin Diaz, it's nobody can hold guys off base. Like everybody's getting on base against the Mets. Like even the guys who have decent ERAs, they're still giving up too many runners. The bullpen, when they added the two Helsley and
everybody was fired up. Wasn't Rogers?
Rogers and I was like, not sure it's not the Mets issue. They should be fine with the.
They got that other guy, Stanek. Yeah. Stanek.
Yeah, I thought it's a big chunk. The Mets probably Soto. I never thought Soto had the stolen base ability.
Unbelievable. Who did he have? Like 20 as his most ever? I think I have that stat. I could give you a few here on it. But you're right about the Tigers in terms of this, though. The lead they had. I mean, they literally were up 8 games, like 10 days. It's not. This is or 6 games, 8 games ago. It's like, I mean, we're talking, and you lose 5 in a row to the team that's literally the team that's chasing you. The Guardians couldn't have asked for a better situation in terms of getting to actually play the team that you're trying to catch up at the end. You get all these head-to-head battles, and they're just playing. It's almost like, do you think the Tigers just kind of got too passive, or they actually just came back to reality?
I think they came back to reality. I mean, if you look at the offensive lineup, they're really outside of Riley Green. Is there a guy that you're like, maybe Torkelson? I guess would be the. Yeah, Riley Green's the only guy who I'm like, this guy could win a series for us. Like, if
the Carpenter guy's not bad either.
Yeah, he can definitely hit the long. Carries Carpenter.
Yeah, he
you're right. Me. He's not bad, but he's not. He's still Kerry Carpenter.
Riley Green is a beast, though. Yes.
I don't know. Oh, he's a stud. He's absolutely a beast. But outside, like that lineup just doesn't do it for it. Like,
no, Torres and Baez. Yeah, it's just like strikeout central. Strikeout central.
You get cold, you're gonna stay cold.
All right, so and this always happens in the playoffs too. Is like some random, the other random team that people thought were dead. It's like now they're better than you guys. The Giants I referred to as the Diamondbacks. Well, they always felt like they have way more talent than you guys. Like, you know what I mean, in terms of just like Carroll to me is still the best player on both teams.
No, I'd take Devers. Nah, maybe not. I'd take Carroll.
Right now, you would take Devers over Carroll after what you saw?
Devers is great. I love Devers.
He hasn't been great for you guys, though.
He has been. He had a rough 2 months.
Isn't he batting 200 this month? No,
he's not right. It's okay. He has like 7 home runs.
He's only 45 points below his career average, but it is what it is with it. He'll bounce back. I would rather have Carroll if I was putting the two rosters together. Carroll between the Giants and the
He's hitting 252 with 33 home runs, 107 RBIs. I bet maybe Carroll has a better average. He bet not that home runs.
We know he's a better defender.
He's not even a good defender, though, Carroll.
Well,
Like,
okay,
he's better
well,
than Devers, but he's
yeah.
not a great defender.
And he
But Devers
steals.
is okay at first base. Yeah, but
And the most underrated stat about Carroll is he always leads the league in triples. Come on, Tyler, triples alley. You got to get him over. You got to get him with the Giants over there. You got to get him over.
I'd rather have Devers. Maybe not. No, I'd rather have Carroll, but I like.
What do you think? What do you think before I get onto the MVP thing here? So we kind of we'll get back to the standings are part of this. We already got 4 games left. Well, the standings are always going to be part of this, but we talked about the Blue Jays aspect of this AL East, and we talked about the Red Sox. This team, the runner-up last year, here's Judge's night tonight against the good old White Sox, trying to make a push here. Got to think the Blue Jays are disappointed they got that bet last week. Here's Judge tonight with 49 home runs entering the evening.
Driven deep to right center field, going back Taylor, track, wall, see ya. Flight 50 is landed. 50 home runs or more for the 4th season of his career. Aaron Judge with a 3-run home run. Yankees lead.
That's a big home run for Aaron Judge. I'm sure within his mind that, he was thinking, I need to get to 50. And, it's such a magical number. Boy, a big, big 50th home run. Put the Yankees on top.
High drive, right center field. That ball is gone. Number 51 for Judge.
Tyler, an
Looks like 2
absolute
flyouts in
stud.
San Francisco. Yeah.
No, there's definitely aren't home runs in San Francisco. Maybe that first one is, but that definitely not the. Maybe the first one is, but I'd have to look at the stats. So. I'd say he made the right choice. Stay with the.
Those are great.
Stay there. Tyler, the Yankees part of this though. I mean, I haven't talked about them kind of in a few weeks actually. I've kind of talked more about the Red Sox and Blue Jays. Like I said, now the Yankees sit there. Boone, to his credit, he's got them back where they need to be, and they are in a tied position now with the Blue Jays as you enter 4 days left in the regular season. Kind of, what do you think? How dangerous is this team? They got Fried, right? He's awesome. Got Rondon. He's been pretty good. What's kind of your thoughts here on the Yankees?
Hello?
Yep, you hear me?
Yeah. They got Fried. They got Rodon, who have been great. Like, Rodon's looks like San Francisco Rodon from 3 years ago.
Yep.
Fried is always great regular season pitcher. He's going to give you 180 innings and be right there. Strike out 9 per game. He's won a World Series. There's something about the relievers that leaves me a lot to be desired.
Yeah, no, they're relievers. I hear you. I hear that's part of it. Tyler looks like he's frozen here a little bit on the screen, but hopefully he'll jump back on with us in that regard. I wanted to, in just a second here, we talked about Judge, obviously, and we talked about where he was at with it, and where I see the Yankees overall with this is, I'm not sure what the I worry about their bullpen to a high level. Like I love Fried, obviously, everything about him is great. And then you got Rondon, who's had a solid bounce back year. After losing Cole, it's been disappointing what they've gotten from Williams. It's been disappointing what they got from Weaver, I would say, at many times this year. And Bender, who they trade for from Pittsburgh, has come in and been pretty good for them as well. So everything they could ask from him, they've gotten. So I like the Yankees still. I think they have a great chance to advance to another World Series. They have the starters. They've spent the money on it. The defense, though, is always going to be their question. And then you get 34 home runs from Grissom as well. My gosh, it's another one tonight as well. Who had that in the bingo cards? 34 bombs. So Judge ends up with 51 after tonight. Our confidence in the Yankees is completely growing. It looks like they're going to probably steal this division from the Blue Jays. And then you go over to the West Coast here, where the Mariners look like they're going to get a playoffs or get a division here. First time in a long time. Crazy. They haven't won a World Series yet, so we know we have that for them. Hit the sneeze button there. Here's Cal tonight, though. First at bat of the evening. The MVP race is on, no doubt about it.
Fly ball! Watch it fly! Cal Raleigh, how far? Wow! Number 59! Only Judge, Maris, and Babe Ruth have ever hit more in American League history. And how many have hit one up there? Julio, a tag!
So the Mariners go back to back there as they get looks like they're going to get the win tonight over the Rockies. They're up right now 6-1 in that game. I mean, what a crazy kind of finish in the AL West. You had like a lot going on there. You had the Rangers making a little push. You had the at some point you had they have the Astros like their lead. The Mariners drop off. They're having tough losing streaks. They're pulling back ahead. Kind of just a crazy game the way that ended up as well. So the Mariners, they're up 7-1 now, bottom of the fourth versus the Rockies. They're gonna move on here with the W. The Astros are down 1-0 to the A's. So obviously with a 4-game lead, it looks like the Mariners will have this clinched at the end of the evening here. They've already obviously clinched a playoff spot, but they're looking for more. They're looking for the division and obviously their first World Series as well. So, I was thinking about the Mariners as a sneaky team come playoffs. I was thinking the Guardians, sneaky team, D-backs, Reds. Out of those four, which one would be the most dangerous? And you see the D-backs. The D-backs have a great offense, I would say, and they're pitching, though, interesting enough, of 17 different players have recorded a save for them. Kind of an interesting stat with there. And then the Reds, we started the show off with that. Just a huge loss tonight. Can't lose a game like that to the Pirates when you're at home, when you have a chance with the Mets just getting absolutely crushed to tie it up there in the NL wild card, and they'll still sit a game behind the Mets here in this run. Like I said, you got the Yankees now and Blue Jays tied. Got the Guardians, got a 1-game lead over the Tigers. Mariners will be clinching tonight. Phillies clinch, Milwaukee's clinch, and the Dodgers still only a 2-game lead as well. So they need to play well here to finish it out as well. So out of those 4 teams, if I make it, I'd still say the Mariners are definitely the most dangerous there out of those teams. If I was to go second, that gets a little dicier. It's hard not to take the Guardians because of how well they've played. I think I have the money. I'd roll with the Guardians in that one as well. So I see the AL out of those 4 teams. AL MVP race, Cal and Judge, definitely the definition of a coin flip. Because you vote for Judge, you're basically like, damn, 50. This guy's might break the AL record in home runs. I'm not voting for him. So I think it's still Cal, the catcher. I think you got to give it to Cal Raleigh, and Judge will look back at this year. And like I said, he didn't miss much time this year, but those 15 games, I think he exactly missed when he's on a DL stint. Cal made a little run. I think it's going to cost him the MVP overall, even if they do. And I said if the Yankees win the division, but now the Mariners are pulling away in the division, he's still chasing his home run record. I don't know. I think Cal has the upper hand here, and I think it's just by like a few votes. I'd be curious if they did tie, or if that's even possible there. The Dodgers, I just wanted to get into real quick too. Can they are they going to hang on here in this NL West? Like I said, that would be an epic collapse too. It'd feel like in some ways if they ended up losing that game. So the Dodgers right now 3-1 on the D-backs. They're just letting everybody know that's the score going on. Their D-backs need this win. If not, they fall 2 behind playoff spot, with it looking grimmer and grimmer to make a playoff run there. Paz has been unbelievable for them to start this year, and he again homers tonight, 26 home run on the year. So he obviously has another big part of the Dodgers scoring. I mean, definitely one of the surprise guys of the year, no doubt about it. Here's his home run, Dodgers tonight against the D-backs. 1-1 here in the fourth.
Here's
A high drive off of the bat of Andy Pages. Back to the track at the wall. Goodbye. A 2-run home run to put them ahead. 26th of the year for Pages. Dodgers up 3-1.
Look at that swing through on the cutter middle away. That length that he gets. Beautiful swing.
3-1 Dodgers there on the Pages home run. Dodgers obviously as dangerous as it gets. Let me get into, before we get out of here in a little bit here, let me get, appreciate Tyler joining the show as well. Got some seventh inning notes, things I want to get into. I'll update you on the games here before we get out of here tonight as well. Here's a little dive. Challenge system is in, people. ABS is approved. They're going to you get 2 challenges per game. If you get it right, you get to keep your 2 challenges. A couple questions for me. How long term? It's 2 right now. So my first thought is it going to be 4 here? And so I immediately go there. But then for the present day, I go, will it make the catcher position? How much will that affect the catcher's ability when they frame like like Patrick Bailey gets all the love for that. Stealing strikes, but the guy bats, 215 with 7 home runs. One of them being an inside the park one game winner, by the way. His home run, last one's killed the Giants. Actually, they started losing after that walk off against the Dodgers on a Friday night. But back to the challenge system. What does that say about the game overall, where it's headed a little bit? I feel like, again, there's going to be more inclined here. The strike zone's going to be basically, I would say eventually we're getting to a strike-to-strike basis here. That'll probably take a while to get there still, but I think that's where the game's absolutely headed. And so I'm curious about the catching position there when teams decide, because it's the player, batter, and catcher are the ones that can do it, not the manager. So it'll be interesting, how well these guys know the strike zone. They obviously know it beyond well right now. But to use a challenge, lose that in the first inning, and you're really going to want something like that come 9th inning. No doubt about it. That's something you're definitely going to want. So I don't know. That's part of where we go here with that as well. And then we got Kershaw done, Cal to 58. Just a lot here tonight going on as well. But that Cal Judge thing will be a big deal entering the end of the season. I'm going to be with you guys come playoff time. No doubt about it. You'll see me there. Tyler, appreciate you joining me. Baseball last weekend. I'll be here this weekend with a quick little show as well. Kind of see where we're at playoff time. So anybody 7th inning stretch, appreciate you.